Alright guys, more of an educational style video here today, but I figured I would go over Brody's entire program and nutrition protocol I gave him through the entire 90-day system that I use. A few changes we made, why we made them, and also the structured program and diet I would give you if you were my client. Brody's full protocol I had laid out for him day one of his 90-day system, and we didn't make too many changes. Like I said, the meals stayed roughly the same. Chicken breast here, lean turkey here. You can swap those around. You could also do whitefish, scallops, shrimp, anything lean and low in fat that's high in protein. White rice, you can swap for white potatoes. We did that a few times. Jasmine rice usually. Almonds and avocado oil is what we stuck to for the most part to get his fats in here. You'll see peanut butter, but sometimes he was just doing almonds with this meal as well. The last meal here, steak, salmon, sweet potato, greens, pineapple. The pineapple's in there to pre-digest or help pre-digest and break down the protein before you go to bed. So if you're one of those that eats late at night, that will help that meal digest while you sleep a little bit better than it would without the pineapple due to the enzymes in the pineapple. Every meal he had, all 5 meals were roughly 40 grams of protein. I like to keep protein steady per meal, so don't go like 20 grams in the morning and 60 grams midday, because your digestion pre-workout or during your workout is not going to be as ideal as it would without. The carbohydrates were our main focus here, and the introduction phase, we started here, and his acclimation phase ended up being 100 grams pre-workout and 125 grams post-workout, I believe. I don't have the changes because it was a last-minute call we made, but we did up his carbohydrate intake by roughly 50 grams post-work, or in that post and pre-workout window. So he has more muscle glycogen going into his workout. And the last meal, some people argue that no carbs before bed is the way to go. I find if it's a potato or a slow digesting carbohydrate source, that the blood sugar doesn't spike as high for most people. In the last meal here, we kept his carbs in. He's got more of a fast metabolism, but some people do need to cut the carbs before bed and go higher in fat. Glucose control, everybody's a little bit different. If you're diabetic, don't listen to my carbohydrate advice. That's a completely different story for you. Type 1, type 2, but I'm sure you guys know what you're doing. So the fat intake can be different person to person for sure, but I'll mostly give guys roughly Brody's size, so 180 pounds to 200 pounds just to start. Guys need less fat, less protein, vice versa. Everybody's a little bit different in that sense, but the introduction phase is where we kind of start with this fat intake level and see where we need to adjust from there. If it's higher before bed, lower in the morning, higher in the morning, or if you're sluggish pre-workout, then we can lower the amount of fat pre-workout, increase the carbohydrates, and if your digestion's fine, keep that the same. And post-workout, the fat intake doesn't matter a whole lot as long as digestion is okay. I think people are like, oh, you need a fast digesting carbohydrate and a fast digesting protein source, which is true, but that doesn't mean you need to neglect the fat, the essential fatty acids post-workout. And that gets missed a lot. But his meal plan stayed, like I said, roughly the same for the whole protocol. His fat intake stayed exactly the same. Protein intake stayed exactly the same. And we adjusted carbohydrates need be. He did have questions here on foods. So eggs, sourdough, egg whites, that sort of thing. Those can all be substituted. So you could go beef if you wanted to. You could do, my desk is really, I need some WD-40 on that. But you could do whole eggs. Instead of whole eggs, you could do beef, egg whites, sourdough, or instead of egg whites, you could do beef, a little bit of shrimp, sourdough, or you can mix these up. I stick with lean red meats, lean white meats, and then your white starches. So I'll go jasmine rice, white potato. I don't usually do brown rice unless somebody requests that. I find white rice is more of a complex carbohydrate, whereas brown rice is missing a few of the essential vitamins and minerals that you would need in order to survive. Not to say you can't eat brown rice, but you couldn't live on brown rice forever as a carbohydrate source. Vegetables are in here more for fiber. Sure, you want to get your micronutrients all in check and your vitamins in, but the greens I simply use for a fiber intake. And if it's too much on the stomach, digestion wise, you can go to a fiber powder. And I would take that before meal 1 and before meal 5 and chug that like 1 scoop, like 20 grams before, 20 grams before, here and here. If you have any questions about any of this too, you can DM me on Instagram. I'll happily answer any of you guys' questions, but hopefully this gives you a little bit better understanding of my diet advice and the protocols that I give most of my guys to start with, and we kind of tweak from there. Somebody might have a peanut allergy or something like that, so it's all going to get tweaked as we go. I wanted you guys to have an idea as if you were my client, what would things look like and how I plan out your meals. I'll do another video on supplementation. I had that in another slide, but I didn't add. I figured this video would be a little bit too long to go over his supplementation kind of blueprint that I gave him to start and how we adjusted it moving forward. And with his supplements, just like this, we didn't tweak a whole lot. Few things added, few things taken out due to digestive issues and kind of flushing of the neck. But I'll go over that in a completely separate video and dive into the supplement side of things and how to monitor that with blood work. But it says here too, it's like Brody was not starving. He was eating structured whole foods consistently throughout the day while rapidly losing body fat and improving muscle definition. That was no joke. He truly, his scale or his chart was like this on Trainer Eyes. It was a complete, it looked like a ski mountain. You usually don't see it like that. Some guys plateau for a couple of weeks and then get back into it, or it's like a cheat, like 6 cheat meals and they're off or it's like a jar of peanut butter every day and they're off 3-4 pounds up. Brody truly didn't miss. So if you don't miss and you follow the meal plan, and part of not missing is not starving here. And that's the goal, truly, is to have a plan and follow a protocol that you want to enjoy, look forward to. Everybody says, oh, you got to enjoy what you eat. Yeah, sure. But if every single meal is 0-calorie chocolate sauce and chocolate chips and diet this and diet that and monk fruit and all kinds of stuff, you guys know what I'm talking about, and every single meal ends up being 500 to 400 calories, like you're not in a very good spot to lose weight. You're in a good spot to starve, definitely. And you cut your calories too low, the body sends the signal of, oh, we might die here in the next 8 weeks. So it starts to strip off muscle tissue first rather than fat tissue. And that's when willpower becomes so hard. It's like we're humans, we can only withstand so much. Eventually we give in, even myself. It's like I need food, bro. I would much rather do a ton of cardio in a bodybuilding prep setting than cut my food and lay on the couch all day long. Like, no, thank you. And I think that's most people. So if you're trying to lose 20 to 30 pounds and stick to something like this that's high in calories, high in protein, satiating, you'll be happy with it. You won't be starving. And you'll actually start to make progress. But I hope this helped somebody out there, and hope you guys have a better idea and understanding of my protocol and diet approach and my whole mindset behind a few of the things in the nutrition world and the industry doesn't talk about. Definitely, again, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram or DM me the word shredded, and I'll send you a step-by-step training of this entire thing, because this is one piece of it. Maybe I can change slides here. Yeah, this is just one one part of the whole system that I broke down and went over step by step. So if you want this step by step training, DM me the word shredded on Instagram and I'll send it over to you.